Hello friends, here we are, The Medium's Harvest by Emmanuel, the book that was psychographed by Xavier in 1960 and came to life in 1961 as a tribute to 100 years of The Medium's book by Kardec. So we rely upon Kardec's book to understand The Medium's Harvest. Not to really to understand, but really to go deeper into it, okay? So today we are on chapter 52. Chapter 52 is about requests. What can we ask the spirits? Can we ask them after all? What is it? Well, Kardec addressed this actually in a whole chapter. Can you believe it? Kardec is phenomenal, really phenomenal. An educator that is ahead of our time. This is a chapter 24 of the Medium's book. Questions that may be addressed to spirits. And today, we're going to address one sub-item of item 291 concerning moral and material interests. So, before I read what Emmanuel highlights, let me read two items for you, okay? So we are on the same page. May we request advice from spirits? What do you think? May we or may we not? Is it okay? Should we ask? Answer, yes. Of course, good spirits never refuse to help those who trustingly evoke them, especially when addressing matters of the soul. However, they ignore hypocrites, those who pretend to be searching for the light while indulging in the darkness. Now, item 298, question and answer 18. Can spirits offer us advice about private affairs? Da-da-da-da. Can they address it or not? Sometimes, depending on the situation. It also depends on whom you ask. Advice about one's private life is more precisely given by familiar spirits who are more connected to individuals and take an interest in their concerns. Your familiar spirit is a friend, the confidant of your most secret thoughts. But frequently, you weary it with questions that are so trivial that it stays away. On the other hand, it would be absurd to ask foreign spirits about inner problems just like it. It would be to propose them to the first person you meet on the street. Did we hear that? They stay away when we ask trivial questions, just like parents. You know, sometimes children, they are like, can I go? Yes. Can I go? Yes. Can I go? Yes. And then if you have to do the laundry, just go away because you already answered that question. So, kind of in an analogy, they go away because deep inside, there's no need to stay around answering questions that are trivial. But when it is about, when we are asking questions to spirits that we don't even know, it's like asking people in the street, do you think I should get married? And people in the street look at us like, maybe, yes, no. And they're going to give their opinion according to their reality, not necessarily according to us. And then you would do well not to forget that banal questions, trivial questions, are incompatible with high-order spirits. You must also consider the qualities of the familiar spirit, who may be either good or evil according to the sympathetic reasons connecting it to the person. The familiar spirit of an evil individual is an evil spirit who may offer harmful advice, but it will withdraw and give way to a better spirit if the individual improves. Like attracts like. Homeopathy of the spirits. In a way, it's like attracts like. There's a lot of food for thought in Kardec's publishing of this question and answer at the time. What does Emmanuel say? What does he bring to us? What is his breakdown of it? What else can he add to us that we probably have missed? Because Emmanuel does not repeat the same. He adds, right? Yes, friends? Sunshine is asked, does that apply to our mentors as well? Well, the mentors, they will be with us, as they say. They'll be answering questions. But if they see that we're asking, but now we're willing to improve, then they are not going to, waste time. Because they know. It's like children or students. You're a teacher, right, Sunshine? Students, you know when the student really wants to learn. Oh, teach me, I want to learn. And then when you see they really want to learn, you give your best. When you see they don't want to learn, it's not that you don't give your best, but you don't. What is the purpose of sowing seeds in soil that is not ready yet? That's the feeling. Why sowing seeds in soil that is not ready yet? What does Emmanuel say? It's a short message. Thank you, Sunshine, for asking this question. Few statements, but very straightforward. Emmanuel, chapter 52, titled Requests, which was written through the medium Chico Xavier on July 15th, 1960. Based on item 291, chapter 24 of the medium's book, question and answer 18 of that item. Emmanuel then wrote, do not ask your spiritual friends to find you a load gold. Okay? The undeserved fortune can bury your heart in the pit of laziness. Do not ask the benefactors of the greater life to be led to the helm of power. Inappropriate authority can trap you in the fire of violence. Do not ask the instructors of the other spheres to offer you secrets of physical perfection. Ephemeral beauty can situate you in addiction. Do not ask the divine messengers the privilege of possession. Badly driven possession attracts vultures of usury. Do not ask the discarnate companions for the ornaments of fame. Fame without respectable foundations attracts the vipers of slander. Do not ask the emissaries of the Lord for the gift of excessive comfort. The bondage of excessive comfort attracts the locusts of envy. Ask all of them to support you on your own improvement, because by improving yourself, you will realize that the existence on earth is a stage in the school of evolution, where constant work teaches us to serve, to merit, and to reason, to discern. So now we know what we can ask, right? Now we know what we can ask. We know what we should not ask. It's interesting, before we go back to the content, the approach You know, Emmanuel is an educator of the beyond. And let's analyze a little bit his approach to this issue. He almost like, we would say, because of the level of evolution we are on the earth, the approach is almost like mosaic. What do I mean by it? We mean that our planet Earth is still so immature regarding what we can request the spirits, our petitions, that we need a list of what not to do first. Like little kids. We wish sometimes we wouldn't say no, but we say, I think we better not climb this chair. I think we better be careful with this. We should watch out when doing that constantly. And when children grow more mature, much more mature, becoming adults, then the list of don'ts has reduced because they have already incorporated. It's clear to us in the approach that Emmanuel took in this message, different from the previous chapters. Previous chapters, he is more, in each one he has a particular style to address. But in this one in particular, he is not philosophizing much. He is not explaining much. He is more straightforward and saying consequences. If you ask for money, careful, because if you have money and you don't deserve it, you're not ready, you're going to be entrapped in laziness. So he's talking about action and reaction, the law of action and reaction. And he's going straight to the don'ts to tell us what to do now, to what really we can do. So it's like, don't this, don't that. So don't ask for money, because if you don't need it, you're going to be lazy. And laziness is inertia. Inertia means you're not progressing. Don't ask for power, because when we have authority at the wrong time, in the wrong hands, we have the fire violence. No wonder we're seeing many of this around the world, right? Don't ask about beauty, because it can lead us to addiction. Don't ask to have more things, because you may become greedy, money-driven, more materialistic. Don't ask for fame, because you may be attracting slander, and it hurts, envy. You may not be ready to put up with that. No wonder we see many celebrities who at the end of the day don't know how to deal with their fame. No, yeah, we can acquire what we ask. Jesus said it's law of the universe. If you ask, it will be given. And he didn't say condition to this. He said if you ask, meaning if you ask and you have no conflict. I remember when I was a teenager, my parents brought me to a course in a non-spiritist organization. And they taught us about the power of the mind. And one thing that they said, which is true, it's universal. When you want something and you don't have any conflict, you materialize that thought. And it is true. And Jesus said it way before anyone said it. If you ask, it will be given. If you knock, the door's going to be open. What are we asking? Even if you ask something that is bad, Yes, it will be given. Free will. I remember a case that happened to Divaldo Franco when he told the story. When he was younger, practicing Spiritism, very devotedly helping people in the communities, wherever he was called with a group of the center to give passes on a man who was pretty much dying. He had a very severe case of cancer, almost terminal. And he had lots of children and a wife who loved him much. He was pretty much, sentenced by the doctor, saying, he's not going to last more than a few months. Divaldo said that he used to go there every week and apply the passes with a team of pass givers. Applying the passes. And he said, I remember that I used to say to the spirits, oh God, I would give my life to give life to this man because he has children to take care of. Please restore his health. And he would apply the pass with a group of people together. After a while, the man got healed. And he became devoted to Spiritism too. He started coming to the Spiritist Center almost 4 times a week, Divaldo said. After a while, he started decreasing the times he was in the Spiritist Center, until one day, he no longer came. Time went by, a year later, actually. Divaldo is reading the newspaper, flipping the pages really, not digitally, paper, hard copy. When he sees the headline of a man who is in prison because he almost killed his wife, because he was having an affair with another woman, there was an altercation, there was a gun, he almost killed her. He was in prison. Who was that man? The man that got healed. Can you believe it? And Divaldo says, there I learned my lesson. I will never ask again for anything. I'll just say, God, may your will be done. He was not claiming that he healed the man, but he understood his part in it. He had some part in it. And he recognized, he said his own words, I'll never ask again, for anything but for the will of God be done. May your will be done. Right? As Jesus taught us in that prayer. So there we have it, the power of our will. If you ask, it will be given. So Emmanuel is saying, do not ask, because in fact you can ask. If you want to ask, it may be given, but you'll be challenged. I'll be challenged. So he's saying, you better not ask. So he's advising us, do not ask. Remember, Kardec was asking the superior spirits who came through the mediums of the time and addressed the questions. Now, through Chico Xavier, it's as if Emmanuel is saying, I'm going to tell you what you should not ask and the reasons why. What an educator. He's not prohibiting. He's not saying, you shall not. You must not. He's just saying, if I were you, I wouldn't ask. Don't ask. It's like a parent telling a child, don't climb the chair because you may fall. Don't throw this because you may break it. It's not prohibiting. It's just warning. He's warning us. He's educating us. Besides the warning, he's educating us because he's explaining why. He's saying, do not ask for money because you may be entrapped in laziness. Do not ask for power because if you cannot handle it, violence is going to come true. Fire and fury. Sorry, but it's true. Do not ask for physical beauty because addiction may come true. Do not ask for more than you can handle because you may become greedy. Do not ask for fame because you may not handle slander, jealousy. And do not ask for excessive comfort because you may attract envy. Envy. And he talks about here, envy is not good. You know, sometimes we have good homes, people come. I know, there is a habit in the US, it's so funny. And in other places maybe well too. You build a new house, you buy a new house and you do housewarming. Like, right? You invite people over to show your house. And it's such a twisted tradition. Why? Because you're sure, but I'm showing to my friends. Are you sure they are your friends? Who is actually your friend? Who really cheers for you? Who? I know the guardian angel, but the guardian angel, you don't need to do a party for him. Because they already know. Family, we know in Spiritism, not necessarily the family ties are of affinity. So why you're going to tease people in their envy? Why? And then we attract. And then we suffer. So sometimes it's good to show less. To be, you know, low profile. You know that expression, right? Low profile. Low profile. Because then envy disappears. People are not gonna envy you if you have an ordinary car, an ordinary house. Too much envy is too much locusts, little animals. Right, Rihanna, Julija. It's amazing how good spirits work. I often hear sirens at the back during the lessons. Always pray for those that need the help getting on time and also help with good spirits. You're right. You're right, Julija. Let us ask for strength, Adriana Monteiro is saying, to endure all the lessons needed for our growth and repair. And that's exactly what Emmanuel says. What can we ask, Emmanuel? What should we ask? I cannot ask to go to the beach more often. He's saying, I don't think so. Because then, you know, if you do it and publish on Facebook that you're at the beach all the time, believe it or not, some people are gonna send you, shh. Oh yeah, that's how the way it is. On the earth. In Jupiter, no. On the earth, that's how it is. Right? What can we ask? Ask all of them to support you in your improvement. Oh, please, dear mentors, dear God, dear Jesus, whomever, I want to be a better person. Give me strength. Give me courage to see who I am. Give me the courage to see who I am so I can change it. Give me the resilience so I can endure the hardships of this transformation, because remodeling is not easy. Please give me the necessary strength to never give up. Endurance. So in all those aspects, the spirits are going to look at us asking for improvement, self-improvement, and we realizing that Earth is a school of evolution, we're going to embrace the constant work that will have us serving to merit and reason to discern. We need to ask for the courage to change, the courage to transform. Like peace for peace, for the courage to transform. Right? The song by Nando Cordell, peace for peace. I mean, to build the good, we need courage. To build the good, we need resilience. To build the good, we need endurance. We need patience. We need a lot of love. And tonight at the Spirit Side of Virginia, Mentor Joseph was sharing with us that this love that we are called to feel is nothing less or more than the love of God without obstacles flowing through us. So to improve ourselves and be more loving, I want to be more loving. It's a mantra for us. It's an affirmation. I feel myself more loving, more caring, more patient, calmer in my daily life, more mindful, right, Teresa Castro? Mindful. In a mindful prayer, knowing what we're doing here. So, to be loving is to open up and allow God's love to flow through us. God, allow me to get rid of these obstacles of my ego, my imperfections, my ignorance, to go away, be diluted and dissolved, so I can allow your love to flow through me. Because when you love someone, that love comes from God and goes through you to the person. We don't create love, we're co-creators. So to be better, to improve, is to allow God to blossom inside of us. To allow God to blossom inside of us. And that not only we can, but we must ask. So let us ask good spirits that guide our lives. Please help us improve ourselves. Have the courage to improve ourselves. Have the resilience, the endurance, the patience to improve ourselves. We want to be better. We want to be less us and more of God, allowing God to shine through us. Right? Did we get it? Now we know. We pray mindfully, as Teresa Castro is saying. Mindfully, we pray, knowing that all we need to ask is for self-improvement. So we're in constant remodeling mode, right? Right? Is that what it is? I think it is. Right, my friends? Let me say hi, and then we go back to wrap up and prepare for the next chapter. Julija, how are you, Julija? Sunshine, how are you? Patrícia, Giri Cardoso, how are you? Andrea Torres, big hug to you. Carol and Mark Smith, big hug to you guys. Karina Lisi, what a joy, my friend. Raquel Bakesh, big hug to you. Rihanna and Nico, keep up the good works, friends. Márcia Puntel, big hug to you, my friend. Teresa Castro. Adilson, how are you, Adilson? Adriana Monteiro, big hug to you. Felipe, where have you been, Felipe? Big hug to you. Narciso, our light man. Angelita, how are you, Angelita? John the Rosa, my eternal friend. Yes, Rosa Maria, our dear Panama, that loving energy of Panama. Lívia Moraes, big hug to you, Lívia. Paula, big hug to you, Antoni. Sol Souza, how are you? Nina Dewey, Lisa Teles, Teresa Castro, so friends. Now we know what we can ask, and we can hear Emmanuel saying, ask all the spirits about self-improvement. Because by improving ourselves, we'll realize that Earth is a school of evolution. You wake up every day and you are in a school. You're sleeping over in the school of the Earth. It's a true sleepover. We're sleeping over in a school. What a school, huh? This beautiful blue planet. Blue, beautiful planet. And we are here and we say, we serve to merit, reason to discern. Tomorrow when we come back, God willing, chapter 53. Emmanuel, talking about school, huh? He's going to talk about the school of the heart. Amazing, huh? It's almost like we're singing. The wheels of the heart go round and round. That's for tomorrow. A school of the heart? What does it have to do with mediumship? We want to know. And he begins by talking about home as the academy, the gym of the soul. Wow. And he says, amongst other things, the family is the school of the heart. What does it have to do with mediumship? What is it? School of the heart? Ay, ay, ay. Let's come back and listen to what the teacher Emmanuel is going to tell us. Right? Right, Rudy. Right, Carol. Right, Luciana Nicoliello, my sister, too. I love you too, Rudy and friends. It's a joy to be here. And let's not forget our homework. What is it? Let's observe our petitions. And let us see how often we can ask for the blessings of our inner improvement. Shall we? Thank you, Rihanna. Thank you, friends. And until tomorrow.